This one is one I've been wanting to watch actually for a bit. Nexpo. If you guys don't watch Nexpo, that shit's good if you like creepy shit. What a great episode of SpongeBob, I know. It's amazing.
There's something about mysteries rooted on Reddit that simply fascinate me.
Dude, that is true though. Like, there's so many like weird ass mysteries on Reddit. I mean, 4chan too, but I feel like Reddit has a lot of them.
The variety of daily users from all walks of life congregating on one single public forum has created a sense of community that's nearly unmatched in the current online landscape.
And the smelliest community as well.
Because of this, the website's given us the ability to look into our fellow Redditors' post histories, giving us a small peek into the lives they live. Oftentimes, these are mostly mundane. However, if you do a bit of digging, you'll find some that stand anomalous, abandoned, and forever embedded within the corner they carved online.
Wait, you can get negative karma?
Flip and Flop made a...
Wait, you can actually get negative karma? How do you get negative 96 karma? I know it's such a weird thing to dwell on, but I didn't even know you could do that. Do you watch Mama Max? Dude, I'm freaking friends with Mama Max, dude. I've literally known Mama Max since we both started YouTube together.
Post explaining that they're eager to try out a drug by the name of Datura. While the initial response was greatly against it, Flip and Flop ignored their advice and did it anyway, creating disturbing update comments and leaving behind baffled onlookers that feared the worst had happened to them. This is the story of Flip and Flop.
Not Flip and Flop?
A Redditor that vanished. Our mystery begins on the r/drugs subreddit. On the night of April 17th of 2017, Flip and Flop would jump in with the simple question. Finally got my hands on some Datura. How much should I take?
What's Datura?
Their post reads the following. Hi guys, I finally got some Datura to try out. I'm free to...
I love how the only response is someone saying exactly 0 with 205 points. So I'm guessing Datura's bad.
Tomorrow and have the house...
Wait, is E3 actually starting in a few minutes? Shit, would you guys rather me do that and then come back to this? Means you guys think E3 is really worth anything? I do kind of want to see what Wonderlands has. Okay, I'll do a poll. It's kind of mixed right now. I'll do a poll. Oopsies, I didn't mean to do the whole thing. Shit. I messed up my... Shit. I messed up my... Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Poll. Want to see the funny cringe. That's true. It does normally have funny cringe. E3 React Randy. Go. Let's look at the important things. I mean, that's true. Honestly. Are you guys really gonna 50-50 this one, dude? It's a pre-show right now? Okay, when does it actually start then? You guys are actually going to 50-50 this. Oh, it starts in 2 hours? Oh, well, fuck it. Never mind. Never mind. Cap just trolled me. He hit me with a bro moment. All right, back to Datura. Wait, actually, before I'm kind of curious. What is Datura? Datura. I mean, to be fair, he might say it. You guys actually 50-50 this shit. Okay, I hate you guys. Datura can cause amnesia, confusion, psychosis, and hallucinations in addition to alternating. Okay, what is it? Poisonous flowering plants belonging to the family of whatever that is. Devil's trumpets. Moonflower, devil's weed, and hell's bells. I've never heard of Datura.
To myself, so I'm really excited to try the effects of this interesting plant. I have around 60 seeds, some dried flowers, and leaves. How much should I take for a nice first-time trip? I was thinking of crushing up X seeds and making tea with them. Drink the tea and smoke a couple of leaves while the tea is starting to take effect. Would 15 seeds be enough? Sources on the internet tell me a regular dose is around 10 to 20, but I've seen some talk about over 30 seeds. Thanks, guys. After this
I'm a
went
fan
live,
of Expo.
the overwhelming majority of commenters expressed caution, warning that if they were to do it, it could have permanent, lifelong effects and can even cause death. A user named Rect recalled their prior experience with Datura, claiming that they're still scarred from it in hopes of deterring the OP from giving it a try. I bought 2 Datura Inoxia plants from a local greenhouse and ate and smoked both of them over the course of about 2 weeks. I never noticed too many effects initially. Dry eyes and mouth, hot flush skin, rapid heartbeat, but I was 100% in a state of psychosis that whole time and for about 2 weeks after I stopped using it. Like someone here said, it's a deliriant, so I wasn't even aware of how totally fucked I was. My friends got increasingly worried about me, and I finally broke down mentally. About a month later, I got diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder and severe panic disorder with derealization and depersonalization.
And that's why you don't fuck with that shit. Dude, like, I mean, to be fair, I'm sure Datura is way, way worse, but hallucinogens, man, like, in general, can mentally destroy you if you aren't, like, already mentally prepared, you know? Like, even just doing, like, shrooms or acid, like, if you are already, like, not mentally ready for it, like, you can destroy, like, you could fuck yourself up. You could literally have PTSD.
While the effects felt by Rect were severe, another commenter shared that it's not always the case. According to a Logarithm the Great, they claim that the potency of the drug can vary from person to person and even sometimes through the time of day it's taken. After reading this, I went forth and cross-checked their claim with the psychedelic education.
Even if you're prepared, it'll destroy you or can. Well, I'm saying, like, mentally, if you have, like, anxiety issues, if you have, like, beforehand, if you're already paranoid about it, if you're already worried about it, like, it can really fuck you up. It really can. Yeah, if, like, you're unstable. Like, you really need to, like, beforehand, like, you know what you're fucking doing. Your brain needs to be, like all together. All the lines need to be connected. You shouldn't even slightly be worried about it. You know what I mean? The point is, don't try. I mean, I'm just saying right now, like, don't do drugs, but I'm saying if you do, because obviously saying don't do drugs ain't gonna do shit for anyone. But, like, because, I mean, yeah, like, hallucinogens are wacko. I've only done a couple of them before when I was young and dumb, but I've never had a bad trip. But still, like, they can genuinely fuck you up if you aren't smart about it. Weed alone messed me up. That's confusing. Actually, I have the first time I smoked quote unquote weed, my friends tricked me. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the drug K2, but it was this legal synthetic weed honestly have no goddamn idea how it was legal in any way. But a gas station, like a local gas station, carried it. And it was like plastic weed. And it is literally the worst drug in the world. I mean, okay, I don't know if that's true. I'm gonna say it's awful. Like, it's so terrible for you. And I didn't know that. I didn't know it was K2. I thought it was just weed. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Whatever, I'll take a small hit. And worst fucking experience of my life. Not even, like, literally after one hit, like, I literally have a vivid memory of it. It was like my head started buzzing, and then it like went down like this to my whole body, and I started shaking and got the spins instantly. Like, you know when you get really drunk and you have the spins? I got that instantly. Like, boom, got it. My whole body was shaking. I threw up like 3 times. Awful. My friends fucking tricked me into taking it. Can you believe that? You believe that? My friends tricked me into doing that. Terrible people. Awful people. Worst friends ever.
Resource named thethirdwave.co and found that while the time of day assertion isn't substantiated, Datura's so-called fatal dose ranges pretty widely. According to this guide,
did they laugh at you? Yes, they did. I'm not even joking. Like, they actually did.
Small as 100 milligrams of dry seeds have been known to kill, while others have taken substantially more than that and lived.
Well, of course they smoked it too. They were smoking it beforehand. That's why I thought it was safe.
Vary from person to person.
Let's move on. Let's move on. I keep talking over the video. I mean, we could also talk about the other time where my friends tried to trick me into doing meth. But we'll move on. I had some good friends, chat. I had some good friends.
Fatal dose ranges pretty widely. According to this guide, a dose as small as 100 milligrams of dry seeds have been known to kill, while others have taken substantially more than that and lived. Considering how heavily any drug's effects can vary from person to person.
Okay, fine. Okay, this is the last time I'm pausing. I'll tell you the story. So we went to a electronic music concert, and it was around the time where I was like basically a pothead, you know, a teenager, just smoked a bunch of weed all the time. And I didn't really get into too much extra, you know? Like, I did like a couple extra drugs, but it was just like shrooms here and there. That's about it. Nothing crazy, you know, nothing out there like heroin or some shit. But like, we were after the concert, they were in the car, and they were smoking out of a Rose Bowl, which I didn't know what a Rose Bowl really was, even though I was like around people who do drugs or like have done drugs. I didn't really know what it was. And I was like, what are you guys doing? And they're like, oh, we're smoking Molly, which Molly is like basically the equivalent of like ecstasy. And they're just like, no, you should try it, dude. It's just Molly, like, no biggie, dude, just try it. And because Molly, like, you know, it's not like, obviously it's not as bad as meth. It's not like crazy. And I was just like, I was obviously skeptical. I was like, I've never heard of smoking Molly or anything about Molly, so I don't know if I want to. No, dude, just try it, bro. And I was just like, are you sure that's Molly? Like, you're telling me right now that 100% is Molly? And they literally were pushing on it, so they're pushing it on me so hard. Like, dude, just do it. Like, don't worry about it, just do it. And I literally like was pushing back, so it was like, tell me what is in there. Stop lying to me. Tell me what's in there. And they're like, okay, fine, it's meth. How do you okay, fine, it's meth? You don't. How do you try to trick your friend into doing a freaking amphetamine, dude? These were my quote unquote friends, dude. And it was just so nonchalant too. It's like, oh, fine, we're just doing meth. Like, how are you nonchalant about freaking meth? Yeah, oops, you caught us. It's meth. Gotcha. Like, imagine if I was like stupid and I was like, you know, screw it, I'll do it. You know, like I was just like a stupid kid. I was like, yeah, I don't care. I'll do whatever, you know? Because I mean, to be fair, I had that attitude back then. I was like, I'll try everything once, obviously within reason, you know, not like crazy drugs. But like, I was like, I'll give everything a shot one time. But yeah, that was like, at that point, I'm like, yeah, fuck you guys. I'm not talking to you anymore. Aw, shucks, you caught us. We were just doing math. We did a little bit of trolling. All right. Moving on from that, let's talk about another drug that can kill you.
This declaration isn't that surprising.
What?
Look at my game.
Your game.
What I sent you.
Dear God. Almost 3K damage. There you go.
However, it is noteworthy. So, how many seeds should Flip and Flop take?
None. I'm talking to the video.
Exactly 0. None. I hope this is a shitpost. Good luck and report back, please. Best effects will be achieved by doing none of it, I believe. Throw that fucking hell in the garbage. Sounds pretty unanimous.
Yep.
Let's see how they took it. Update.
The drug called
I've crushed some seeds around 15 to 16 in my mortar and put them in a glass of water. I've added some lemon juice and sugar to mask the taste. I'll just have to roll my joint with the datura leaves and I'll be set to go. I've decided I'll be sipping on the tea and slowly smoking the leaves until I feel the effect is strong enough.
Dude, I don't get it. Like, I'm being a pause Andy right now, but I don't get it because, you know, you guys remember the nutmeg challenge where people trip on nutmeg and they like just like chug a bottle of like mixed up nutmeg, but like every person who trips on it, literally it's the worst experience of their life. Everyone says it. Everyone says it's the worst experience of their life. Datura. Everyone says it's the worst experience of their life. Why do people still do it? You know? Like, there's no benefit. There's no, like, potential good thing. Like you know, like, you know, heroin, cocaine, meth, acid, shrooms, DMT. Like, the list goes on of drugs. They have a good experience with them. They have, like, a payoff. This doesn't have payoff. It's just pain and suffering. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like the nutmeg too. It's like, why? They do it for the lulz? Just doing it for the vine. It's the reason why they're called Gen Z. Maybe they're just doing it just to like be like, I did it. Maybe, I don't know. It's so weird to me that like people do this shit. Like, even though there's so much evidence of people having terrible experiences, like, I'll do it anyway. Is nutmeg lethal or something? It just causes, like, a lot of, like, not just nutmeg, but, like, a whole, we're talking, like, a big-ass thing of nutmeg and then chugging it. There's, like, a whole video on it. It, like, fucks you up bad.
Of course. After this, commenters were questioning why they'd subject themselves to such a dangerous substance.
Exactly.
They were wished good luck and were given advice for the phenomenon that they were about to experience. For Flip and Flop, it was the point of no return. The train left the station, and they were on a one-way track to the
He'll
inevitable
find out
consequences
soon enough. That's fucking
of Datura.
Scary, dude. He'll find out soon enough. Cyanide challenge coming soon. Anthrax challenge.
It was at this point that commenters were tuned in. Everyone knew what was about to happen. However, hope for the best remained abundant. Remind me posts, well wishes, and questions on an update flooded the space. And, at least in that moment, all eyes were on the OP.
Fucking Redditors, dude. Gasoline challenge.
5:55 in the morning.
Chugging a gallon of gasoline
April 18th
challenge.
of 2017. Google.com. How normal again. Stop now. Needless to say,
Dude, that's fucking creepy. That's freaking creepy, dude.
everyone's concerns were validated. However, it was good to know that the OP was still alive. The replies here were mostly well wishes, with a clear mood of apprehension. A user named Emilsko pled for the OP to reply to the thread when things became normal again, and another named Pest P gave their 2 cents on the matter as well. They explained that they'd ordinarily reassure the OP that they're going to be okay. However, considering the unpredictable nature of the substance and their own personal experience, there unfortunately aren't any guarantees. "5:58 in the evening. Nearly exactly 12 hours later. What you're looking at is a GIF posted by a Redditor named Nitris in the gaming subreddit. It's allegedly depicting mammoths in an
Oh, totally accurate
accurate
rounds. Okay.
battle simulator. Yeah, they nailed that one. So why are we here? Well, because someone we know very well by this point made their way to this post specifically. Please, these big dog are fighting. Not okay.
I shouldn't be laughing, but that's so... I shouldn't be laughing at that. I mean, to be fair, he did it to himself, but like, boy, please, these big dogs are fighting.
It appears to me that Flip and Flop's trying to claim that, please, these big dogs are fighting, not okay. With the big dogs, of course, being their interpretation of the mammoths in that GIF. If I'm being honest, it's safe to say that Flip and Flop's discovery of this post likely didn't do them any favors. Depictions of an animal quite literally launching another one in the air while under the influence of something as unpredictable as Datura would probably mess me up pretty badly.
True.
But that's just my guess. Unfortunately, after this post though, Flip and Flop would never return. Their thread continued to rack up comments pleading for any sort of update. However, through all of this, fear remained abundant that the worst had happened.
He's deleted. That's ominous.
Sadly, most of the search results surrounding the username Flip and Flop aren't useful.
Obviously, I
was hoping
know
to dig
what
up accounts that
that
they might have
means.
migrated
I'm
to
not
on
an
other
idiot.
websites, but I frustratingly didn't obtain much. Scouring the surface web is an uphill battle. We can find a considerable amount of posts asking about him. However, concrete answers to that are non-existent. There was a Flip and Flop with 1P account I found that could have been a potential lead. However, considering that the last post they made was 8 years ago on the NoFap forum, it's needless to say that I was only left with dead ends. Speaking of dead ends,
First week down. The NoFap forum? There's a NoFap forum? What? Bro, 1 week NoFap. Let's go, dude.
following is a list of accounts and their current status
He is a
found on
Redditor.
other websites with the name Flip and Flop. Imager, dead. Facebook, dead. Stumble Upon, dead. Photobucket, dead. Reddit, dead. Closemaster, doesn't work. Taringa.net, dead. Babyblog.ru, this is getting weird, but dead. I'm sure you get the picture by this point. The name is surprisingly common, and the results increase tenfold once you factor in the other spelling of Flip and Flop. Brute forcing our way into tracking this person down is only going to result in wasted time and a massive headache. So I'm going to pause my search here and pivot my focus towards the actual drug he took because my curiosity's piqued.
Ain't on
What
baby
even is
blog,
Datura?
not epic.
How serious really is it? And is it actually as fatal as it's made out to be? To answer this, I made my way to a non-profit educational resource by the name of arrowit.org that specializes in providing information about various psychoactive plants and chemicals. In their entry about Datura, they claim that it's a woody-stalked, leafy herb growing up to 2 meters. It produces spiny seed pods and large white or purple trumpet-shaped flowers that face upward. Most parts of the plant contain atropine, scopolamine, and hyoscyamine.
Well, yeah,
It has a long
I'm pretty
history of
sure it's a
use in
common
both South
plant,
America and
or a
Europe, and is
flower.
known for causing delirious states and poisonings in uninformed users. This definition got me curious on the effects of atropine, scopolamine, and hyoscyamine, and so I dug a bit further. According to Arrowid, these are known as tropane alkaloids, capable of producing extreme psychoactive effects, including disorientation, confusion, hallucinations, delusions, panic, and more. Furthermore, the resource states,
Well, there probably is a way to find like maybe his IP, but I don't know. Like he could have just been a smart guy who has like a VPN or some shit, you know? Maybe they tried to hack into it.
that in this class of hallucinogens, namely, users are, quotes, absolutely convinced that the hallucinations and delusions are, in every sense, real, and may attempt to
Dude, that
interact
would
with
be
them.
awful.
This can range from amusing to dangerous. I see. This almost leaves me to wonder what kind of experience Flip and Flop had, since they can vary pretty widely. As we know by this point, an update from their aftermath is non-existent, and
Dude, hallucinating and believing everything that you hallucinate's real would be the worst fucking experience of your life. Like, I mean, when you hallucinate on, you know, like shrooms or acid, it's like, you're aware that it's all fake. Like, I mean, you see it, but like, at least you have enough brain energy to realize that, oh, this is happening because I'm on the drug. But if you're on a drug and you just believe that everything you see is real, oh, that'd fuck
this
you
time, we have yet to gather a detailed, first-hand account about a Datura trip. So what is it really like? A user on a website named steamit.com shared their story about 3 years ago. In their post, they claimed that they had taken about 8 dried seeds
That'd be
and were eager
awful.
to experience the effects. After doing so, however, they were immediately met with extreme thirst, causing their, quote, mouth to dry up in a horribly scary way. The dose in which you get active effects is extremely close to the amount needed for a fatal overdose.
Why do people do it then, bro?
Following this, they share, in detail, what it was they went through. After about an hour, I felt a weird mix of euphoria and dysphoria. It had a bizarre sense of fun to it, as reality and imagination blended to form one. It gave me a very trippy feeling, which was at the time chilling and scary. After quite a long time, maybe 2 hours, I felt poisoned as I can't remember how I acted or how I perceived the world exactly. I felt like I was dying, honestly. I thought it was quite a good way to pass out. Everything felt surreal, and I definitely had some weird hallucinations, which at the time felt realistic and normal. I went to bed and went to sleep quickly. I had a really weird dream in which something that looked like the Mothman was chasing me, and I had to combat it with a lot of weapons that were homemade. As I did, the creature became outrageous. That's all I remember from the event.
Bruh.
The next morning, I experienced depersonalization, photophobia, depression, anxiety, and a horrible hangover that lasted more than a week. This substance is just not worth it.
Sounds freaking awful.
Jumping over to a website named psychonautwiki.org, we can observe.
Yeah, but the thing is, the thrill of nearly dying, like, when you're base jumping or skydiving, you're having fun. You know? You're not going through these torturous things. You're having fun. This is just torture. There's like, it's pain, suffering. It's not like, you know, like hanging off of a building. Like, that's in some people's eyes, thrilling and fun. But it's not torture. It's not like pain.
Observe yet another Datura story from 2012. While this person's account is incredibly detailed, one section stood out to me, reading the following.
Yeah, and you're knowing what's happening.
About 15 to 20 minutes after downing the potion, I was already feeling very drunk and distended from my body. I hadn't even stood up from my original seat. I was just battling nausea. I had been fighting an incredible urge to purge since the first sip, and considering the sheer intensity of the confusion I was facing, I was abandoning the idea that I was going to peacefully meditate myself into another plane of thought. I didn't even make it to the bathroom. I purged right back in the pot I prepared my brew in before I even got a chance to stand up. I might be paranoid, but I think this may have saved my life. I faded out of memorable consciousness after stumbling to the bathroom. The fades seemed to happen quite a bit. I was slipping in and out of consciousness. With Datura, I still seem to function while I'm out, as opposed to the more familiar nod associated with opiates. With an opiate, I wake up right where I faded out. But with Datura, I wake up in a room I don't remember walking into, in the middle of doing things, or talking to people in contexts that don't make any sense, similar to a drunken psychosis.
That'd be awful. Jesus.
No, it doesn't take much more of an explanation to understand why Flip and Flop's actions were ill-advised. Considering the claim from Steemit about the fatal dose being incredibly close to the one in which you feel the effects, combined with the possibility that Flip and Flop didn't have anyone with him to make sure he was okay,
That is
it all seemed like
stupid.
the perfect storm of what not
That is
to do
dumb.
when trying
Not
out a
having
substance
anyone
for
there.
the first time. As a matter of fact, in some ways, it almost seemed like too perfect of a storm.
Next drug for me, the fact that this drug could alter my shitty reality for me that kept me from doing them. Sure, it's different for everyone, but being sober was just agonizing, and doing things drug was an escape. Now, thank God yeah, I mean, I get that. Like, you know, I've been in that situation, like, where, you know, you see it as an escape, and that's why people do it, is to, like, escape reality and, you know, like, things like that. But, yeah, this is just wacko, dude. Like, he literally could just do anything else. Like, hell, do heroin, bro. Like, you know, like, I feel like even heroin is safer than this. I mean, okay, actually, don't quote me on that because I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, there's just, it just doesn't make sense.